Bible tells us that there are two types of fear. One is the fear of God. And here we have a very poorly translated word. For some reason, the translators of the King James Bible, when they saw the Hebrew word Uriah, translated that as fear, when it could have just as easily been translated as reverence or awe. I mean, doesn't "Hear, O Israel, I am your God, kneel down and revere me" sound so much more like the God that we know than "O Israel, hear me and kneel down and fear me"? The other type of fear is what Jesus was dealing with in our sacred story today. It is the fear of the unknown, of tomorrow, of tackling a future without hope. It is the fear that comes when our initial expectations are not met because of failure, not because of failure, but because of when God is doing a new thing. It is the fear that in losing our lives that we will, lose our lives. And that is a legitimate fear. One in which our hackles should go up, and we should be preparing ourselves that we are going to be in danger. That the fear that comes with change and evolution may come, and we might not evolve as much as we think we might. But we might rather devolve into something that we don't like at all. That when our foundations are rocked, we will not be able to stand on stable ground. And when our expectations and desires are not met, that we will fear that there will be no future. These fears are all based in control. We want to be in control of our lives. And when we lose control, our fears are that the poles... Hello, you have a call. And when we lose control, our fears are that the poles of our lives will shift and the constant of gravity will be reversed and we will be sent hurling into space. But we're given a promise. We're given a promise that if we lose our life, that is, if we give up control of everything, then we will actually save our lives. It is a holy paradox. And paradox is something that Jesus is really good at. The paradox is, if we give up the need to control our lives, then we will be able to face, confront, and yes, overcome our fears. I know this to be true because I've experienced it firsthand in my life. I was well on my way in my professional career after completely forgetting about that dream of changing the world. I decided that a more reliable and controllable dream was one of the professional ladder. I'd taken a church, small church in Miles City, and done a pretty good job, at least everyone told me I had. And then I decided that I was going to go back and get my PhD and then go teach at a university and be a part-time chaplain. I knew that 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, if I played my cards right and did everything I was supposed to do, if I kept everything in control, one day I could be the pastor of a big steeple first church in downtown, whatever major city you want to say. I was in control of my life. I was in control of everything around it. And one day, I came home, and the person who I loved more than anyone else in the world told me, "I hate Ohio. I'm leaving. You can stay, or you can come with me." "Where are you going?" "Anywhere else but here." profile out there, and I was told, oh, I could get a good medium-sized 200, 250 member church in Omaha, or I could get a nice 200, 250 member church in Tallahassee, Florida. And then out of nowhere, a good stoic German named Randy Hivening called me and said, hey, I hear that you're looking for a new church. I'm going to give you the best deal you've ever had. We're going to take a $10,000 pay cut. You're not going to have any health insurance. You're going to have to work your butt off. Your wife won't have a job. And it's a really conservative place. I think you should come. And Sasha and I said, well, we'll go and we'll look. And we'll talk to the people. We'll get a free trip to Glacier National Park out of it. Then we'll call them back and say, thanks so much, but this isn't for us. But by giving up control and by allowing ourselves to let God and the sacred move through us, we lost our life in Ohio, and we were saved in Montana. It's the scariest trip I have ever made in my life. I was completely fearful of what the future may hold. I didn't know that you would be in it. I couldn't dream that. But my dreams have come true. And the steps that we are taking to move in with our multi-faith partners, I truly believe is us saying we may lose our life here, but we may save it over there. It may be hard to dream about what that looks like, but I have no doubt that the promises of God and the hope of God will be made real. That as we lose our life here, we will save it over there. Let us promise, as we walk together, to hold each other up, and that as when people seem to be faltering, that we share and we labor with them to carry that burden. For we all will have fears in this, and yours are legitimate. But we will face them